Okay, it is week 2, and today I'm going to teach you how to do a fill in the blanks H5P. So again, you need to add an activity or a resource. You could do it here at the bottom, or you could do it at the top here. And here it says add an activity or a resource. Again, I'm teaching you how to use the blue H5Ps. As some do not have the black, Andrea will teach you how to do the black one. So you just click on the blue H5P, and then you're going to give it a name. So I'm going to call this one a fill in the blanks. Okay, and sometimes we think about fill in the blanks are only for words, but this one here, because I teach beginners and I like to have them practice the alphabet or missing letters of the alphabet over and over and in different ways. I'm going to just add alphabet, and I'm going to put question 0. So that's the title that I want to be on my course page. Again, we need to go to the content bank. So I'm going to click on the content bank. Here I'm going to add a question. And of course, I want to find fill in the blanks. So if I go down, I see fill in the blanks. I click this. Okay. So again, if you want to add metadata, that's fine. I'm going to give this one a title. I am going to call it fill in the blanks. I'm going to call it missing alphabet letters. Q. Okay, so when you do this missing letters, here I'm going to change this words to letters because we're doing letters today. But you can do words, you can do missing, well, most times it's just like missing words when you have a kind of fill in the blank. And I'm going to scroll down. So that's the task description. And I'm going to look at the line of text. So here I'm going to write the missing letters. Now, it's important that you put whatever is missing between asterisks. Okay, so I've clicked on there, and now I'm going to add my alphabet letters. So let's just say I want my students to practice capital letters today. So I'll do everything in uppercase. So I'm going to start with A, B, and let's say I want C to be missing. I'm going to add that C, B, and then let's just say I want E to be missing. I'll add the letter G, E, and then F, and G, and then I want H to be missing, so I'm going to add H. I want I to be missing, so I'm going to add I, J, K. Let's just say I want L to be missing. I'm going to add L. N, okay, O, I want it missing, so I need to put it between asterisks. So always, whichever letters or words are missing, you put them in the middle of asterisks. Okay. P, Q. Let's just say I want R to be missing. S, T, and then I want U to be missing. Oops. U, B, X missing, Y, and then I want Z to be missing. So this would be at the end of the unit. I want them to practice this. And then I can create another one for lowercase letters as well. So here you can practice uppercase letters or lowercase letters, or, I mean, your imagination can lead you to many different things. As educators, we can be imaginative and create whatever we want in most cases. Okay, so overall feedback, I can set a range, but I'm just going to leave this for now. And the behavior settings, um, enable retry, enable show solution button. If I choose automatically check answers after input, I don't like to do that because you can give them a chance to check their answers, and I like that better. Um, Case sensitive, make sure that the user input has to be exactly the same as the answer. This is very important, I find, at lowercase, especially when you're dealing with uppercase and lowercase letters, and you really want them to write like capital letters at the beginning of a sentence, or all of those can be used for fill in the blanks activity. Okay, and I require all fields to be answered before the solution can be viewed. And this is important because I have more than one letter. Um, and I think that's it. And there's nothing here. And I'm going to click Save. So when filling out the form, you have to make sure every section is filled out. Of course, everyone messes up. And now this is what it looks like. So we have letters of the alphabet missing, and then they can just type them in. So again, at lower levels, this doesn't only have them practice the alphabet, but also the most important part of this is the digital literacy skills, finding those letters on the keyboard, etc. It's amazing. So, I can just go ahead and do some of this. And I can click check. Oops, it didn't like my answer here. Oh well. Didn't like my answer there. I wonder why. And I can retry and so on. But 9 out of 10 is 90%, and that's great. I'm happy. So I'm just going to exit this activity now that I know that it's working okay. Because remember, this is still in the content bank. I'm going to go back to the shell of my exercise. And remember, the shell is back here in the first tab. And now I'm going to add that file package from the content bank. And you can see that content bank here. And again, I'm looking for fill in the blanks, missing letters, question 1. I'm going to link to the file. I'm going to change the name of it. I want it to save as fill in the blanks, letters, missing letters. So it's very important that you leave no gaps in the name. Um, this is something I learned really later on. I didn't know about any of this, and I like to use camel text, which is big letters, small letters. And I'm going to call this question 1. So Q, because maybe I want to make other missing letters for more practice for my students. Practice is key at lower levels. Of course, I want to choose a license, and I'm just going to keep it as non-commercial share alike. And I'm going to select this file. Now it's here. And now I'm just going to go through all of the form to make sure I filled everything out correctly. Because remember, this is the part that goes in the course page. So I like this here, fill in the blanks, alphabet Q01. I can allow download, embed. I can put in a copyright button. Right now I'm not going to. The grade to pass, of course, I'm going to leave it at 70% if it's out of 100. Attempt options, highest grade. Participants can review their own attempts. This is very important, I said. Um, of course, the availability I wanted to show on the course page, but if I'm developing in my course, I can change it to hide it on course page. That way the students can't see it. But right now, this is just my sandbox. This is why I love creating stuff in sandboxes, because there are no official students, and if you leave things available, then they can't get into them. There's no groups. I can add restrict access by date. Completion conditions, I can add requirements, and I love to add requirements, and also I always use receive a grade, a passing grade, not just any grade. And the passing grade, of course, was already established at the top where I want them to get 70% out of 100. Tags, again, is only used if you are sending your H5P to an e-portfolio, and that way you can tag to an e-portfolio. And here you can click Save and Display. And now your activity is in your course. Just takes a little bit of time. So here it is. So if I go back to week 2, I will now see my fill in the blanks alphabet activity. And I can see the completion requirements right here. I can edit conditions right from the top menu, which is great. Moodle, I've had the pleasure of working with Moodle for a while, quite a while now, since its inception, and I find that Moodle, this latest Moodle, is the easiest to maneuver. So this is my first question. If I click on it, this is the kind of stuff your students would see, and it's basically, you know, they do the question and then they click check and then they get the results. And I'm just going to make sure that if I type I here, remember it has to be capital letters, and in the instructions here, you can also put in use capital letters. It's still wrong. I wonder why. Must have done something wrong. So I can go back in to the H5P and correct it. Okay. Right now I'm just going to leave that. Actually, I want to show solution. But it says I have to fill in all blanks to view the solution. Remember, that was part of the thing. So, until next time, this is how you create a fill in the blanks activity for your teaching context.